What is going on, my fellow zombie slayers? It is Nelly B here, and welcome back to a brand new Cold War Zombies update video. As we all know, Mule Kick is dropping this Thursday along with a huge update that is going to drastically change the game forever in my opinion. So for this video, I decided to break down just about everything we'll be seeing once the update goes live. Of course, links to the trailers and Treyarch's blog post will be down in the description, so be sure to check that out, as well as make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're enjoying the videos, as it's always appreciated. And if I see enough support in this video, maybe we'll continue breaking down these updates as the game continues. So without further ado, let's begin. So for starters, we have Mule Kick. Mule Kick will make its first ever appearance in Cold War Zombies in Mule Kick and the Wonderfist and D Machine, Firebase Z, and Outbreak. I also suspect that it will be added into the rotation of the perk drops you can acquire from the Ethereum crystals, as well as the elites on Outbreak and Onslaught. Yeah. Don't think I forgot about you guys. I also thought it might be important to take note that the machine is fucking cool. It's animated in a way the other machines aren't, with the guns on the side firing in all directions. A perfect representation of the chaos that may well come with this perk. Anyways, Mule Kick was a perk first introduced into Moon on Black Ops 1. Back then it allowed you to carry 3 different primary weapons at once. Luckily today we just got the skill tier upgrades for the perk in Cold War, so we'll go over those now. I should mention that before you even upgrade it to level 1 or anything like that, you're going to get a 3rd primary weapon in your slot. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You just buy the perk, you'll get that slot, and you won't really get anything other than that. But if you upgrade it to tier 1, you have crafted equipment, grants an additional equipment if able. So that essentially means if you're going to the bench and you're buying equipment with salvage, you're going to get another equipment if you have it available in that slot. So say you buy 1 monkey bomb and you don't have any other, you will get 2 monkey bombs. But if you already have a monkey bomb and you buy another monkey bomb, you're probably only going to be stuck with 2. So you're not going to be able to get that free one from Mule Kick because you obviously already have one and your inventory is full. Number 2, all enemies have a small chance to drop ammo. Now, this is actually great. I think in Outbreak, a lot of zombies already kind of dropped ammo. So just imagine having the ammo situation from Outbreak into these round-based maps. I think that's going to be pretty interesting. A lot of people say that this reminded them of Vulture Aid, which I totally get. It's not completely there, but it's about, I'd say, 1/3 of the way there. So I'm excited for that. Having more ammo for free is always a nice thing, so we'll move on. Moving on to tier 3, we have stowed weapons slowly refill ammo from stock. So essentially, say you have a ray gun, a Swiss K, and a PPSH, and you're using the ray gun to kill zombies. While that Swiss K and your PPSH are in your back pocket, they're going to be accruing ammo in their stock as they're sitting there. And once you pull them out, they'll already have that ammo and they won't start gaining any more simply because you're holding it. But then that ray gun will start gaining more ammo. I would assume that this extends to wonder weapons. But yeah, that's pretty interesting, especially for boss fights. I can see how that would be pretty great, especially taking out Outra when, say, you're using your ray gun to kill it and then you run out of ray gun ammo and you're using your PPSH and you're getting low on PPSH and now your ray gun has a little bit of ammo to finish off the Outra. So I think this is amazing. Mule Kick is going to be one of these top tier perks that we're loving, already at tier 3, but we're moving on to tier 4. 25% chance to keep non-retrievable equipment when used. This essentially means that every time you throw one of them, you're going to have a 25% chance to keep that equipment in your arsenal, unless it's a Tomahawk and C4, because obviously you can go and pick those back up after they've been thrown. This will even work on the new Kazimir grenade, which is awesome, so I'm excited to see that. Anyways, moving on to the final tier, 3rd primary weapon is recovered when purchasing Mule Kick. Now this ties it all together. I think Mr. T-Lexify said it best himself. This is probably going to put Mule Kick in one of the top 3, if not top 4 perk slots that you're going to be buying when you spawn into the map, because Quick Revive, Jug, and Stamina Up are just ruining the meta right now, at least for creativity wise, because you've got to at least be running those 3 at the very start of the game. So hopefully Mule Kick will somewhat change that. I know I'm going to be trying to get Mule Kick a lot more earlier in the games. I'm going to be using it a lot, so much when it comes out, but that is essentially it for the tiers for Mule Kick. I'm very excited for that. But we gotta move on. We're now gonna be talking about the Kazimir Prototype. Now, this is a piece of craftable equipment. It's called the LT-53 Kazimir Prototype. Temporarily opens a portal to the Dark Aether using technologies developed from Redacted. The LT-53 absorbs objects in a small radius and teleports them, code developed with Redacted. So essentially, the Gersh devices from way back in Ascension and Moon are making a comeback, and it only gets better. It looks like they'll be added to every previous Zombies experience in Cold War. I'm not exactly sure if these things will make an appearance in Onslaught, but if they show up in Outbreak, I don't see why not. I just gotta say, it's nice to see zombies get a DLC item specific to zombies that isn't just a map-specific wonder weapon. more Treyarch, please. Next up, we have the wonder weapons of the map. This will be one weapon with 4 separate variants, similar to what we see in DE, Alpha Omega, and D Machine, just to name a few. Of course, each variant has their own unique effect. This pistol-like wonder weapon is called the CRBR-S, or the Cerberus. Maybe it's a wink towards the Cerberus heads on Mob of the Dead, or maybe it's just a cool-ass name. Who knows? We'll see. In the blueprints, we're not given many details aside of what looks like 2 of the 4 variants' ammo type. One reads, fully automatic handgun fires lethal energy blast, and the second one reads, copycat companion sphere provides synchronized support fire. Now, the only thing I'm reminded of when I read that last one is Fireworks, the totally underrated pack-punch ability from Black Ops 3, but I'm excited to see how it works in tandem with the other wonder weapons on this map, and we're not exactly sure if this thing is going to make an appearance in Outbreak alongside the release of Mauer der Toten, but I'm certain it will show up at one point similar to the Die Shockwave. A lot of people don't know this yet, but you can actually get all 4 variants of the Die Shockwave in Outbreak, so I don't doubt we'll be able to experience every variant of the Cerberus in Outbreak sometime after release of the new map. Now, the next feature we'll talk about is Klaus. Klaus could be an acronym for something I'm too lazy to figure out, but we'll take him at face value. Klaus seems to be a Civil Protector-like companion who will follow you around the map, shooting zombies with pinpoint accuracy and enough sass to make a grown man yelp. From what we can tell looking at his blueprints, Klaus is the latest version in a line of defensive robots created by the Unnatural Scientists division of Requiem. He's had some massive improvements, those of which include a durability and strength increase of 90%. He will, and I quote, now obey basic orders, and something I found interesting, core hardware less resistant to modifications and system updates. This leads me to believe that this guy can be upgraded at some point, and I'm super excited to see what that's about. It also says, do not hug, handshake, or high five. Klaus has no concept of human fragility. In caps, which I thought was pretty funny. We know high fives are already an emote that you can do in the game, but does this mean that we can try and high five Klaus and he'll potentially do damage to us? Or can we interact with him like a turned plague hound and get some sort of mini animation of him just yeeting us across the map? I don't know, but man, am I hyped. The last map specific content we'll be talking about is the Skeletor looking dude. Yeah. We kind of have to talk about him now. Now, we don't know much about this mysterious specter. At first, it kind of reminded me of the jump scare ghost on Outbreak, but when comparing them side by side, there's no real resemblance. My second thought was, well, it's a new boss type, one we'll see included in Outbreak upon its release. But so little is known about this masked figure that I'm tempted to say that this guy is map specific. We don't get much footage of him, and the stuff that we do get, he's really only near the Pack-a-Punch machine. Maybe Pack-a-Punch on this map works similar to Moon or Mob of the Dead, where you have to access Pack-a-Punch by traveling to an area, and every few rounds he's here to stop us, and this somehow plays into the story. Listen, this is just a theory. Like I mentioned, out of everything these patch notes have to offer, we're given the least amount of info about this guy, so just keep an eye out for anything fishy. And that brings us to the meta changes. So starting off with the health changes. As we all know, a couple months back, Treyarch made what I would consider a harsh decision and chose to increase zombies' health across the board, especially in those higher rounds. Starting at round 50, zombies' health was nearly doubled, and it only gets worse from there, with the max health going from 30,000 all the way up to 120,000. As you can tell, the majority was not pleased, and it finally looks like Treyarch is addressing the issue in its entirety. Starting off with regular zombies, we have health reduced to plus 100% at the high rounds, down from plus 300%. Now, this is still higher than it was on launch. However, if my math is correct, we go from 120,000 max health all the way down to 40,000. Feel free to make fun of me in the comments if the prediction is wrong or even the math, but either way, we're back, baby. Not only that, but armor for medium or heavy zombies is reduced to 30%. That is also something I haven't been talking about, but have been wanting to happen. Moving on, we see special zombies reduced to plus 50% at high rounds, down from plus 100%. Elites are reduced to plus 25% at high rounds, down from plus 100%. And finally, HVTs are reduced to plus 10% at high rounds, down from plus 100%. This is amazing, seeing as Outbreak specifically was getting too intense with all of these bullet sponges around. We also see melee weapon damage being buffed at their Pack-a-Punch and triple Pack-a-Punch variants. This is not something that I knew that we needed, but thanks. Yeah, I'll take it. Not only that, but equipment, support, and field upgrades such as Frost Blast and Energy Mine will now scale their damage evenly. And equipment with support items will now be much more consistent in their ability to kill enemies, which again, not something that I even knew we needed, but I'm more than happy to see how this pans out. And last, but very not least, Treyarch is introducing dynamic wall buys. Now, dynamic wall buys will give each wall weapon a chance to increase in rarity at the end of every round, allowing for legendary wall buys as low as round 25. This looks amazing, especially when paired with the custom blueprints option they added in recently. Not everyone can be as cool as you and have a legendary by round 21 every game. Some of us just need a little more help, and I'm fine with that. You know, after diving deeper into these patch notes, I'm even more excited than I was when recording the Zombies Radio podcast. Don't believe me? Go check it out now and admit you were wrong in the comments when you're ready. In all seriousness, clickbait aside, I genuinely think that this update alone will not only change the entire game, but also define Cold War Zombies for better or worse. Anyways guys, this is all I have for you today. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, and if you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. I've got a lot of uploads planned for next week, as well as a long ass stream the day this update drops, so make sure to stop in and say what's up. Make sure you guys stay safe, stay vaccinated, and peace.